Hello everybody! Welcome. It is the Blind Coffee Man. I have been absent for a while because I haven't had any ideas of what to try. But today I want to share something with you. Now, I also said I was going to try some butterscotch coffee, and I haven't forgotten that. I'm going to do that. But I want to show you something else. Come with me. And we'll go downstairs and do this. Let me grab my cup. My coffee cup. All right. Through the door here, and we're gonna take a trip to the kitchen. Follow me right this way. All right. Now I'm gonna sit you guys down here on top of the air fryer. Let me rinse this cup out. I drank some tea. I had some weight loss tea. Here. I take this over to the sink. Now, well, first of all, in a moment, we'll get into our future presentation. Let me wipe down the lid of this cup, and let's wipe out the cup itself. And then we shall get started. All right. I'm gonna set this, we have a towel here. So I'm gonna set this to dry, and I knocked my cup over. Whoops. All right. Now, today's get-together is going to be a little bit of a lesson and a taste testing. Before we get into it, let's go ahead and prepare the cup. Those of you who, you may have forgotten, I haven't been here in a while, and I apologize for that. If you have flavored coffees you want me to try, just leave a comment, and if I can get my hands on them, I will do it for you here. Let you know what I think. Let's grab the sugar from for the coffee. We use the equal packets, if you will. These you can get at a store. These are sort of like the packets that you get at the restaurant. Now, you can use regular sugar, but you're going to have to stir it like crazy. So, since we actually have sugar on hand, these packets, we're going to use them. Shake that down. That's what you're hearing. I'm shaking this to the bottom so that I can, there we go. So now what you're going to, so we're gonna pour the sugar in here, right into the cup, like this. Right there. There we go. We have a small trash can here on the counter, so I'll throw these empty packets in here. Just, you know, it's one of those trash cans you have to, you know, basically it has a top that folds in and you put it in there. Let me go to the refrigerator and let's grab the creamer. I have a little bit left in here, but we have a full one also. You hear that International Delight had something called cold foam. I don't think they have that around here, but I can get my hands on that. I'll put that back in the fridge. There's only a little bit of creamer in the bottle, so I'll probably top it off when we do that. When it's done. Today we will be using the reusable filter for the Keurig machine. Let me get my K-Select ready. So I lifted the top. Now this basket, which you would put your pods in, actually pops out. So we'll pop this out, and that'll make room for the K-Pod. Okay, we have a bottle of water on the counter. So let me, okay, it looks good for water. The Keurig machine looks like it has enough water in it. So let me grab everything that I need here. And grab the pieces of the reusable filter. I'll assemble them for a moment. So, what I have for you today is a special treat. That's where the lesson and the demonstration come in. I'm going to prepare the coffee. And while it brews, I'm going to have a little bit of a lesson for you. So there we go. I'm going to take this over to the sink. Now what I have for you today, before we fix it and dive right in, let me tell you what happened here. You remember me telling you of a company called Boyer's Coffee? When Van Wheat ran out of butterscotch, they discontinued their butterscotch flavor. And I had to find a new one. Well, I found one. It was Boyer's. They had butterscotch toffee coffee. Now, it's currently not available in K-Pods right now. It's available in whole bean. But that's not what we have today. What we have today, in November of last year, I found that Boyer's had a coconut cream flavored coffee. Now, you know, around the Thanksgiving holiday, I love coconut cream pie. My sister makes the best coconut cream pie. And I'm not saying that because she's probably watching this right now. I'm saying that because it's the absolute truth. So, they had coconut cream coffee, and I wanted it really badly. And I went to my sister's for Thanksgiving. Sister says, what do you want for Christmas? So I sent her a link to the coconut cream coffee. They had 2 for 1. So I have butterscotch whole bean, and I also have a coconut cream, which is what we're about to dip into now. Now, we'll talk more about this in a second. This coconut whole bean, and I'll explain what whole bean is once we get everything going. Some of you may already know. I'm gonna put this in the sink so that it doesn't spill on the counter. We don't have to clean that up. There we go. All right. So we're gonna dip. So what I did, I dipped the reusable filter into the container that has coffee in it. Now, make sure they have a raised line here for those of you who have one of these or considering getting one. They have a raised line. So what you want to do, you want to fill to within but not above that raised line. Let me grab this other part of the filter. I filled the actual filter, but there's a holder that this fits in. So let me put the actual filter into the holder. I'm going to lock that in place. And now I'm going to put, I'm going to put the top back on this coffee. Okay, why are you not going on? You're not being nice right now. 1 second. There we go. All right, put that back. Okay, I'm gonna put this, put the container back. Let's fire up the K Select. We'll get going. So I don't have to put water in it. Strong brew, 12 ounce. Now I mentioned this is whole bean, which means that it doesn't come already ground. You have to get a coffee grinder and you have to grind it. And I found one that I wanted. But now comes the lesson. Maybe some of you might have heard me mention this on my show, The Relaxation Station. I mentioned this last Friday. Along with the coffee that I'm currently about to brew, or am brewing right now, I got a coffee grinder. This is the Bodum Bistro Bur grinder, black with plastic catcher. You can get it at bodum.com. It's $65. The problem with it is that it has 12 settings. Now, Burr, if you want to do ground coffee, Burr is usually better than blade grinders. But what happened is, this Burr grinder has 12 different settings, but it has a dial, and the dial is built so far into the machine to the point where you can't actually put, if you're a blind person, you can use things like what they call bump dots or lock dots. And you can use those to kind of mark off where certain settings are. However, because of the way this thing is designed, there isn't really a way to do that. You could, and I haven't tried this, you could actually make braille labels for the settings, but you'll need a sighted assistance to basically tell you where to put the things. So, I mean, I love the grinder, and I love the grinder very much, but I think it would probably, I think that, you know, if Bodum would consider some design changes, I think the machine would be better. It grinds a very good cup of coffee, and I actually had to grind some and put into a container for the demonstration today. And the coffee is done. So, let's do this. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take the reusable filter out. And I'm going to put this in the sink. This needs to actually cool before we can actually dispose of the grounds inside. So let's do that. Alright. Let me grab a couple of things. Let me grab my stir. I actually had to get a new stir because in January my old one broke. Let me put the remainder of the coffee creamer in here. Since there isn't so much left, I'm just gonna pour what's left of this bottle in here. Hopefully we don't overfill the cup and cause a mess. That is not what we want to do. Okay. That bottle's done. So now let's stir this. So I'm going to take the stir, I'm going to put it in the cup. We're going to hit the button and stir it. This new stir doesn't sound like the old one. Let me demonstrate. Alright. Some people have asked, what does the stir sound like? Well, here we go. 3, 2, 1. While I have a minute, I want to send a special hello, a shout out to Megan in Illinois. I want to say hello to you, Meg. Yeah, that looks full. But I want to say hello to Meg in Illinois. Hello, Meg. Meg actually, we spoke yesterday. She said, you know, I like your channel, The Blind Coffee Man. It's awesome. She referenced the creme brulee video that I put up here, I believe when I first started the channel, I tried the creme brulee coffee. I've had a few videos, but I haven't done one of these in a while. I actually need to do more. I still need to try the butterscotch for you. So I will do that as well. Okay. Alright. Here's the top. Whoops. This may be full. So I'm not gonna, what I'm gonna do. Let me first and foremost rinse this stir off. By the way, you can get this coconut cream coffee, which I'm about to try for in front of you. You can do this at boyerscoffee.com. They have that. I believe last month they had, because Boyers does a flavor of the month. I believe last month was maple bacon, some maple bacon deal. I don't think that I myself would personally like it, but if someone got it here, I would be willing to try it for the channel. Hold on just 1 second. I think this cup is full. I'm gonna have to drink some of this down. Hold on 1 second. Where did I put my cup? Oh, there it is. Well, it should be okay. Let me try to put the top on it. Alright. Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to grab the coffee. But first, I'm going to take you. Let's go and deposit this deposit this bottle into the recycle bin. We'll do that. And we'll open the door. Alright, come with me this way. We'll go to the recycle bin. We'll throw this away. Here we go. Throw that in there. I don't have to take this back to the office with me. All right. Now, oops, hold on. You know what? Let me get the door. I have to go back upstairs. So before we get the coffee, let me get the door. Let me open that. I don't have, I have a phone on my shoulder and I have a cup of coffee in my hands. I have one hand holding the phone on my shoulder so that you don't fall down. I have one. All right, let me grab the cup of coffee that we've made. Now, actually, hold on, let me check it. Let me check it. So I'll put you back on the air fryer for a minute. And bring this over here. And what I'm doing is, this coffee cup that I have has stainless steel, although sometimes when it's full and the coffee gets out of the cup or onto the counter, maybe onto the Keurig tray, it will leave some stickiness on the bottom. So you don't want that. So I'm going to wipe that down. And I'll put that down over here. And so let me put this. Let me reassemble the K-cup assembly. Since I took the filter out to cool, which I will clean later, all you really have to do is rinse that out. Hold on, sometimes this thing does not want to go in. There you go. So, a few quick notes about this Bodum Bistro grinder and the reusable filter. First off, If you get one of these machines that has the multiple settings, please note that there is a certain way you have to grind your coffee if you're going to use the reusable filter for the Keurig machine. You don't want an espresso grind, which is considered, I guess, you don't want the espresso grind, because then you will end up clogging your screens of the filter. You want something like a French press, or it has something called a filtered setting. And what the filtered setting does is it makes the coffee beans look like the grind coffee that you might get from the store, or maybe that which you would order from Keurig.com or something like that. So, something to consider. If you're blind, you get one of these. I recommend it, but you're going to have somebody help you as far as the settings go. I'm not sure if Ira would be able to help, or Be My Eyes, maybe they would. If you pull up Bodum's instruction manual, they might be able to see what it is. I got my cup. So let's go back up here. I will share a cup of coffee with you. Excuse me just 1 second while we go through here. And now I have to, now the air's on up here, so I'm gonna put this down on the step so I can shut this door behind me. There we go. Hey, grab the cup. There. Run back up here. And here we go. There we go. It's been hot here lately. Hold on, I'm gonna put this down on the desk. Gotta be careful because I'm a little tight on space. I have the microphone up here. Let me make sure that this air is on. You're going to hear my fan, so bear with me. Yeah, it's on. All right. Now the coffee's made. Let's sit down and drink it. Here we have it. I started mentioning also, I mentioned International Delight has new creamers. The cold foam one I talked about, they have a peppermint mocha, which is sugar-free as well. So if you were looking for sugar-free options, maybe they have the peppermint mocha in sugar-free available at a store near you. What do you say we try this, shall we? Here we go. Oops. One second. Oh. Spilled a little coffee down my front. Whoops. I spilled some of it. I'm going to be careful because this is still a little hot. These Keurig machines when you brew coffee. They brew sometimes anywhere from 187 to 192 degrees Fahrenheit. So you would not want to actually chug this. If you do decide that you want to chug this type of coffee, then you probably should wait for it to cool before you chug it. It's very good. I've had to grind a little bit. There's still some left in the bag. What my sister did, I guess at Christmas time, I think they had a 2-for-1 deal, which sometimes Boyer's Coffee has. Their website, by the way, boyerscoffee.com. They had a 2-for-1, so my sister got the coconut cream, which I'm currently drinking here before you today, at a butterscotch coffee, which I've got in the K-Pods also, but when these are gone, I will be grinding that as well. I enjoy the butterscotch coffee on Fridays when I host the Relaxation Station, which you can now hear on 98.6 The Mix. There was a change in the schedule since I was last with you. The Relaxation Station, when I was last with you, was on the air on Fridays from 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We have gone back 1 hour, or we have moved back an hour. So we are now on the air from 4 to 8 p.m. Eastern, 3 to 7 Central, 1 to 5 Pacific. We are on there. And after we're done with the Relaxation Station, you can join my colleague, my buddy, my pal, my friend, my bro, DJ Nick V, for the Bro Show. That's Saturdays from 2 to 7 p.m. Eastern, 1 to 6 Central, on Server 2 of 98.6 The Mix. Also, Nick and I launched a radio station, In the Eye Radio. If you want to hear it, you can go to intheeyehosting.info, INTHEYEHOSTING,8000/radio.mp3, and you can put that in your Winamp or your media player of choice. You can put that in there. We will have on In the Eye Radio the Bro Show pre-show that'll come your way on Saturday. That'll be at 1:45 Eastern, 12:45 Central, following the main event. A post-show will follow the main event at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so make sure that you stick around for all of that, and that you will have a happy Bro Show day. Just like on the Relaxation Station, we give you your NASCAR news and we look at what's going on across NASCAR Nation. As we wind down the 2024 campaign in the Cup Series, there are 6 races that are still left to run. We have the Brickyard at Indy. We have the Cookout 400. That'll be in my humble hometown. That'll be the Richmond Raceway. That's August 10th and 11th. From there, we go to Michigan. I believe they will be running the Firekeepers Casino 400. Then we go to Daytona for the Coke Zero Sugar 400. And we'll do the Cookout Southern 500 at the Darlington Raceway. So, Indy, Richmond, Michigan, Daytona, Darlington. So there were 5. There are actually 5 races left to run. My apologies. I said 6. There are 5. My apologies for that. So, and we'll go playoff racing. And but to get there, we will have a 2-week break. So after Indy, there will be no NASCAR racing for 2 weeks. So we will find something to do. Although I'm not much of a baseball watcher, sometimes I catch the occasional baseball game, but we don't do that very often. We are right around the corner from college football. DJ Nick V. And by the way, speaking of DJ Nick V, I invite you and encourage you to check out Nick Brothers Blogging and More. Sometimes you might find me on that channel. So check him out. He does blogs, he does all kinds of things, so make sure you check that out. Some of my other fellow YouTubers, we have them as well. Make sure you check them out. I've mentioned a few of them in previous videos, which are still here, and I encourage you to go check them out. This coffee is good. I'm gonna have to get more of this once this runs out. And again, if you have coffee that you want me to consider trying, let me know in the comments. Just make sure that you keep comments appropriate and respectful and all of that. And I've been thinking also, I'll run this by you all now, because the winter will be here before you know it. I thought about for winter videos, some winter videos, that maybe we could try hot chocolate, different flavors and types of hot cocoa. If I can put those in the Keurig machine, I would like to try those as well. So if you have ideas for that, then let me know. There was, I believe there was one called Andy's. Andy's made K-Pods. They had hot chocolate. I think they did mint coffee as well. I'll tell you what I really miss. I miss the, there was a variety pack that I used to have where they had like 40 different pods, but it was 20 different flavors. They had butterscotch and Tootsie Roll, Jamaican Me Crazy. They had tiramisu. They had all kinds of things. Another thing that I like, which I don't remember if I did or not. I may have mentioned this, and I may have actually brewed some for you. I brewed this for somebody a long time ago. They have a company, I believe it's called Donut Shop. And they've taken the different flavors of donut and they've made them into coffee flavors. So there is a old fashioned, they have a Boston cream, which I've tried and I love. They have a jelly filled, they have a chocolate glaze. They have a few others, which I have not tried yet, and it is my hope that one day I will get my hands on them. And when I get my hands on them, I will brew those for you as well. So there you have that. So that is what is going on. I am going to go enjoy the remainder of this cup of coffee. You can get this coconut cream coffee at boyerscoffee.com. BOYERS coffee, COFFEE.com. And they are based in Colorado, and my old stomping grounds. I was there in 2006 and 07. I did not know about them, but they've been in business since 1965. So they have coffee, and they also have many different accessories. They have brewing equipment, they have mugs. If you're in the market for a grinder, they have those. They have French press coffee makers. They have other types of, they have milk frothers and more. So this is the Blind Coffee Man. I am going to enjoy a cup of coffee. I invite you to join me. Hold on.
Speech on. Pause button.